Hello, OCH board members, alternates, MCO sector, and staff. I hope you're enjoying your summer and that you're getting some time to play and enjoy time with family and friends. Given that we are on a summer break from OCH board meetings, I wanted to share a few exciting and key updates between meetings, as there has been a lot of activity since we last saw one another in June. I hope you can take a few minutes to watch this video, and please connect with me if you have questions or if you want to talk more. During this update, I'll be sharing a bunch of information about our Community Care Hub, Olympic Connect. I'll share a brief update on our 2023 financial audit, and I also wanted to start to prepare you for the agenda for our September retreat and monthly meeting. So let's start with the Community Care Hub and where we are with our various funders and grant applications. We are starting to see some movement with our biggest funder, the Washington State Healthcare Authority. We are now in the second year of the 5-year project, and many of you know that we spent most of the first year waiting on HCA and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services to get processes up and running so we can start to establish infrastructure for Olympic Connect. Well, I'm pleased to share that we now have a signed umbrella contract in place with HCA, and I expect the initial work order to come through for signature in the next week or so. Everything is backdated to last July, and the terms feel good and aligned with conversations that we've had. Once the work order is signed, HCA will reimburse us for work completed through February, and we have a late July deadline to submit a payment request for our work for March through June. In mid-June, we submitted the required readiness review. This was over 200 pages of information requested by HCA to demonstrate that OCH has capacity, policies, and basic infrastructure to launch Olympic Connect. I'm excited to share that we passed our readiness review with flying colors, so we have the needed approval to begin to earn case management dollars. I want to thank my team for their work in getting this across the finish line. It was a lot of effort. As most of you know, CMS has to review and approve many of the supportive documents for the community care hubs before HCA can release funding or establish processes and procedures. Back in January, CMS approved the infrastructure protocol that outlines how we spend dollars to establish the hub infrastructure, including technology, the community-based workforce, hub engagement, and general hub development. While we continue to wait for their approval on the case management and health-related social needs services protocols, CMS did give HCA approval for the per member per month case management rate that each accountable community of health will earn starting this year for the next 4 years. While they didn't approve the rate proposed by the ACHs, the rate feels like it will cover this body of work. And this also means that we can start putting funding announcements out the door to our partner network so we can get the hub from planning to implementation in the coming months. I'm also working with the Department of Health on a contract for additional dollars to support the hub so we can serve a wider population and provide wider services. This contract will start in August and will add $1 million over an 11-month period. Finally, we had 2 other grant applications in the mix for the hub. We did get the Regional Challenge Grant, which will add some dollars to promote and market the hub, and we are still waiting to hear about the large Recompete Grant for Clallam and Jefferson counties. I hope to have good news on this in the coming weeks. Now, shifting over to our internal work to create and launch the hub, our team has been busy. Miranda facilitated an engaging advisory group session in late June where we dug deep into what a community care hub is and we discussed the problems we're trying to solve. This group comes together again in late September. The team and I are now getting documents written to put out to the partner network so we can start to get money out the door to support Olympic Connect. There are 3 funding opportunities coming over the next few months. One is about supporting the community-based workforce, one to establish contracts with partners for case management services, and the third is to build up capacity for services and resources that our community members will need to be healthy and thriving. We are excited to get these out into the world and hope you'll all take a look and consider submitting applications. In addition to working with our regional advisory group, we continue to work with DH, a marketing firm, to edit the key messages that you all looked at in June, to establish our visual identity for Olympic Connect, and to get an initial webpage set up. We're also working on a partner roadshow where we'll go all around the region to introduce the hub, answer questions, and get partners excited about this new program. Stay in touch with our e-newsletter to learn more about these elements. And of course, we'll talk more when we meet in person in September. Our team is deep in the weeds of learning the technology for the hub, and we are now working on a training and onboarding plan so we can introduce the technology to network partners. More on that in late summer and early fall. There are a lot of other activities going on too. We are working with a consultant to assess where we are on our deadline to become a mature, high-functioning hub by the middle of 2026. This is a deadline set by HCA. And they are providing a lot of support to us in establishing policies, processes, etc. And we continue to work closely with the other ACHs to learn, to share, and to align. All in all, things are definitely on the upswing since we last spoke. It's feeling exciting and like it will come together soon. Thanks for your continued patience and support on this. Just a quick update on our 2023 financial audit. Our audit firm, DZA, did their exit interview with us a couple of weeks ago, and once again, there were no findings. They've provided us with final reports, and both the board and our finance committee will review those in September so we can get our required Form 990 completed and submitted to the IRS, which you'll all see in October. As you know, we are taking both July and August off from regular board meetings. Our next meeting will be in September and will include our annual board retreat. You can see here that we'll be in Port Ludlow at their resort. The morning will be carved out for the retreat, and that will be in person only. After a networking lunch, we'll have an official board meeting as usual with a Zoom option. I'm working with the executive committee to develop the agenda for the day. We'll spend time connecting, networking, and celebrating. And given the change in our scope of work for the Community Care Hub, we'll also talk about our governance model, which will include a look at our board seats and some decisions on what, if anything, to change. Finally, we'll dive deep into the launch of Olympic Connect. I hope you'll be able to join. I'll send final details and an agenda about a week ahead of that time. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope you will enjoy the rest of your summer, and please reach out if OCH can be of support or if I can answer any questions. See you soon.